Hey everyone, it's Amber from The Sensible Mama, and today I'm doing something a little different than what I usually do, which is partly why you're seeing the longer intro to this video. So today I'm going to be showing you how to do a ruck carry with a woven wrap. So I have my son Roman here. We're using a size 6 Techni woven wrap, and basically I'm just going to show you what I do to get him on my back in the ruck carry. This first thing that I'm doing right now is pulling the wrap in between me and my son. So basically I have taken the wrap, I've put the middle marker in between his shoulder blades and wrapped the wrap kind of around him like a cape. And what I did was I pulled that wrap in between me and him so that it created a little bit of a seat. Once I had that seat in between myself and my son to keep him nice and safe where he won't fall out, I'm actually moving one side of the wrap around my body and over my opposite shoulder. You can see that I don't have his foot trapped inside of the wrap. His foot is free back there behind me. What I'm doing now is pulling this side of the wrap that's closest to his body up close to my shoulder. This is like what I would be doing if I were wearing a ring sling. And what I'm doing is actually preparing to do a hip scoot with him, which is what I'm doing right now. You want to get your child onto your back. You don't want to pin their arm the way I did right there, but a toddler will know how to get their arm out of the way like Roman did. So holding onto the fabric, I scooted him around onto my back. I'm staying bent over at a really kind of flat top back so that he doesn't slide down. And what I'm doing right now is tightening this wrap and pulling him up as I go so that I get a nice secure seat there. What you can't see is that I'm actually holding the wrap in between my knees, and that way I'm keeping a nice secure seat for him and he's not going to fall out. So now that I have that nice seat for him, I've got the wrap pulled up between his legs and my back there. I'm holding one side of the wrap in between my knees, and now I'm working to tighten one shoulder strap of the wrap. So as you can see, I am pulling one thread at a time of this wrap, and each time I pull, I'm working from one side of the wrap, or like one rail, to the other, pulling the furthest side inward a little bit, then pulling the middle, and then pulling the outermost edge there. And you can see how my son Roman is getting closer and closer to my body as I pull that up. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing on the opposite side. So I'm just working to make sure that both sides of his body are equally high up on my back and that I've got a nice, tight, secure seat for him there. As you can see, I'm holding the side of the wrap that I've already tightened in between my knees, and I'm always doing that just to make sure that he's nice and secure in there. There's no chance of him falling out. Okay, so now I've got that seat made for him. I've got both sides of my wrap pulled nice and tight. I've put one side of the wrap in between my knees, and now I'm going to take this side underneath the same shoulder that it's going over top of. I'm going to pull it a little bit tighter because it came loose as I turned around. And I'm going to take this and go over his leg that's closest to the camera and under this one after passing it around underneath his bottom. So I went over the first leg, underneath his bottom, and under the second leg, and now I'm going to put that wrap right in between my knees. Now I'm going to do the same with the other side, and you can see that that wrap loosened up a little bit, so I'm tightening it. And once again, I'm going over the leg that's closest to the camera, underneath his bottom, and underneath his other leg. Got caught on his foot there. So at this point, I'm actually done with the wrap. I could tie this around my waist if I wanted to, but because I am pregnant, like 30 weeks pregnant, it just doesn't feel very comfortable to tie this around my waist. So I'm going to do a Tibetan finish instead. I really like this finish because it distributes the weight a little bit better. It makes it feel more secure, and I feel like it makes those shoulder straps a little bit more reinforced. It doesn't feel like they might slip off of my shoulders. So what I'm doing is I am pulling this wrap through the opposite shoulder. So you can see I have pulled it from my right side to my left, and I'm spreading it through over my chest to create a nice full cover there. Now I'm going to put that piece that I've put through in between my knees, and now I'm going to go from my left side of my body to my right shoulder and put this wrap through that strap as well. You can see as a beginner, I still really struggle to get this wrap through the straps sometimes, and that's okay, that's part of it. You know, you're not going to be awesome at this when you first get started. It takes a little bit of time to finesse it. So, you know, it's really important to just be patient and accept the fact that sometimes it can take a little while when you're a beginner. Okay, so now that I've got both sides of my wrap pulled through, I can actually use those two strands to tighten up my wrap a little bit. As I yank on these two sides that I have pulled through the shoulder straps, I'm actually tightening the entire wrap, which is great. So now all I'm going to do is tie a double knot here on my shoulder, and that's actually the end of the wrap. I'm pulling this nice and tight just to make sure I've got a really, really secure knot there. And once that knot is finished, I'm all set to go. If you're starting off with wrapping like I am, like I said, just understand that you won't be perfect at it at first, but keep trying, you will get better as you go, and it can be a lot of fun.